10 Steps Against Coronavirus. Dear all, first time Son Linh I wish you peace. Especially when the corona disease is causing panic around the world. I would like to briefly introduce my website as follows. Since 2007, I have opened a website called Dreamreader 2007 Son Linh, bilingual in Vietnamese and Vietnamese, specializing in dream interpretation and omens. I had foretold, and the result then happened right, many important events in the world, in Vietnam and in the United States. As early as September 2016, when President Trump was campaigning, public opinion said he would lose to Hillary Clinton 90%. I interpreted the dream that Mr. Trump would be elected president, which would happen like a miracle. This is the website. And a few months ago, I sent Professor Duong Dae 57.6 other dreams, foretold that President Trump would escape the impeachment of the House of Representatives. Professor Duong Dae also mentioned on the radio. Currently, I turn to YouTube and will continue to redisseminate dream and dream results. Back to the topic of humanity in crisis due to the corona disease, also known as COVID-19. This is the most harmful virus ever. They spread so fast, there are no warning signs to infected victims. 2 weeks later, they made the patient feverish, coughing too late. Could not save it. Is this catastrophe a warning of the end of the Bible, or a warning from God to mankind, too hard-hearted, arrogant, presumptuous? Too dependent on advanced civilization technology that they consider themselves God, they will do it all. And so, there is only the law of natural biochemistry, there is no spirit, there is no God. Now God shows, people are so naive. They only use the materials God gave them, from the earth is just a firewall, which hundreds of millions of years later will be as rich as today. Now the Lord shows that the more civilized man is, the more challenges he cannot face. Unusual for this disaster is that God seems to be punishing humanity, and God has turned away from seeing punished, spanked children, writhing and crying, begging. The church is closed. This event just happened, probably not so far. When Catholics were banned from religion, war, and cholera, they went to the church to hide and pray. But the church must be closed. We must rush to save ourselves in every way we can. Do not hesitate, wait too long, fear too late. We should not rely on the help of the government. Because if the situation gets worse, the number of people infected and dying will be too much. My living experience from 13 years in CS prison and coordinating with intuition has a mysterious personality. Son Linh I give 10 steps to guide against coronavirus. We are not doctors, we are not physicians, we only apply experimental science and esoteric science, helping those who feel the same way, desperate, can die in a few days, like a cross-border ship hitting a sinking reef. People have to do everything. Many people rushing to slap the water is flooding the train. Others hurriedly removed their clothes, including underwear, into a hole to save the ship from sinking. Our treatment also helps those who are in distress like that. Let us repeat the reason for urgently finding ways to save ourselves, because corona is the fastest spreading, most harmful virus ever. If you think you have reached a dead end out of pure hopelessness, suicidal thoughts, please try the following, hoping to save you and your family. Physicians often say, die poison, cure poison, that is to use poison low, to defeat the devil. This put before the disaster and the near death, people think of God. Too late. Let us think of the people of Wuhan, China. Millions of people were kept in isolation, confined like prisons in their homes, domestic and foreign affairs, food kept in front of them as if they were tigers kept at the zoo. Wuhan people threw money through windows. This is a time of retribution, useless money like rags. But no one else collected money, because they could not buy anything, especially food. This is a warning or deterrent in the wrath of the Lord. Those who survive are unlikely to have been lucky enough not to be infected with virtue, to be treated promptly, but to be blessed with protection and protection. Survivors like ships crossing the harbor should take this disaster as a warning to change their concepts of life, to believe that there is a God, the Buddha, less selfish, greedy, evil, do good. If people are still so hard-hearted, considering these are the catastrophes and bad luck that people have suffered for centuries, then the punishment will certainly be terrible and the apocalypse must come. God will clean the earth and rebuild a new person from the beginning of zero. Those who have listened to and followed Son Lin's 10 steps of instruction also understand that if they truly repent and live in a righteous way, God will bless them and not be infected with the virus corona. 10 steps to anti-coronavirus. Coronavirus is the fastest spreading and most harmful virus ever. If you think R882 you have reached the end, no medicine, no despair, you want to commit suicide. Please do the following. This lesson combines experimental and occult science. Note: this is just a guide to keeping you healthy. Please practice according to stamina and health on the basis of ensuring safety. We are not responsible for wicks that occur. 1. Clean the environment. Use antivirus sprays at night throughout the sky and the city. 2. Urgent. Use mosquito sprays in the house. Always wash your hands with soap. 3. Cut in half large onions in each room. When onion is dry, replace another onion. 4. A mask that does not understand the virus can attach to the skin of the face and into the nose in a slit. Should remove slime as lotion around the hands, wrist so the virus does not pass. 5. Gloves that prevent viral contamination can still go through the gloves on the armpits into the nose. 6. Apply to antibiotic ointment nose such as triple antibiotic ointment. Gargle 3 times a day with salt water. 7. Wear a smooth coat like silk wool fabric. 8. When rubbing alcohol or hydrogen peroxide in the market, it is not easy to tear, wiping hands and fingers, market cars and doorknobs. 9. The coronavirus of the same type of flea, if possible, should be turned on with an appropriate heater with appropriate heat to blow into clothing, face, nose, and throat to kill the virus that drives the throat into the lungs. Feeling too hot should stop immediately. 10. Take a warm bath, apply salt water or clothes to jump into the sea to dive and emerge. Male 7 times, female 9 times. How to cure the epidermis. Sincerely yours.